Welcome, welcome, welcome to Story Time with me, Miss Sheila. I hope you're having a wonderful and beautiful day. Today, I got this book. It's called Great Joy. So let's see what it's all about, okay? Okay. Oh, look. So the week before Christmas, a monkey appeared on the corner of Fifth and Vine. He was wearing a green vest and a red hat, and with him was a man, an organ grinder, who played music for the people on the street. So they're in front of some shops, and there's the man, the organ grinder, and there's his organ, and there's the monkey. Oh. There's a little girl watching them. See, they're downstairs and she's upstairs. In the daytime, when the sun shone, the sequins on the monkey's vest glittered and flashed, and from the window of her apartment, Frances could see the tin cup he held out to the people who walked by. Sometimes, if it was very quiet for just a minute, she could hear the music. It came across the crowded sidewalk and up through the windows, and even though the organ grinder and the monkey were just across the street, the songs sounded sad and far away, like the music was from a dream. Oh, wow. Where do they go at night? Frances asked. Who? Said her mother. The man and his monkey. Oh, Frances, don't ask me questions that I can't answer. I'm sure they go somewhere. Everyone goes somewhere. But where? Said Frances. I have no idea, said her mother. Turn around, Frances. Her mother pinned the bottom of her robe. There, she said. Her mother, now all I have to do is hem it, and we'll be ready. You have memorized your line? Yes, said Frances. Are you excited about the pageant? Yes, said Frances, and turned away from her mother and looked out the window at the monkey. So she's going to be in a pageant for Christmas, I guess. That night, Frances made herself stay awake. She hummed songs, and she said her multiplication tables. She named the capitals of each state: St. Paul, Tallahassee, Harrisburg, one after the other. Every time she felt as if she might fall asleep, she shook her head and pinched her arm and opened her eyes wide. Finally, at midnight, Frances got out of bed and crept down the hallway to the living room. Do you think what's she gonna go down to the living room for? Can you guess? Let's see if you're right. There she is. And do you see? There we are. She looked out the window. She looked down into the street and she saw the organ grinder. But where was the monkey? Her heart thumped, and then she saw him, tucked inside the man's overcoat, his small red hat still on his head. Look at me, Frances whispered. Look up here, look up here. So there's the man, and there's the monkey inside keeping warm. It was the organ grinder who looked up, and he took his cap from his head and raised it to her. So do you see her all the way up here? And then there's the organ man. He raised his hat, at least he acknowledged her. How wonderful. But it must be very hard for him to be standing up outside trying to stay warm. They sleep on the street, Frances said the next morning, even when it snows. Oh, Frances, said Mother, maybe they could come for dinner. No, they can't come for dinner, said her mom. Why not? They're strangers, that's why. Eat your breakfast, Frances. You've got a big day ahead of you. All that day it snowed, but by evening, in time for the pageant, the sky cleared. The snow was so deep that Frances had to wear her boots for the walk to the church. The organ grinder and the monkey were still on the corner. So see, you still see them right there. And you see all the snow that came. Frances ran up and put a nickel in the monkey's cup. I'm going to be in the Christmas play tonight," she said, "and I'll get to wear wigs, and I have one line to say. Do you want to hear it?" "Frances," her mother said, "we're going to be late. Let's go." "You can come," Frances said, turning back. "The play is at the church. It's just down the street. You can both come." The organ grinder smiled at her, but his eyes looked sad. "And look at you, put money in the tin for the monkey." At the church, everyone else was already in costume. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," the choir director said as he helped Frances put on her wings. The shepherd walked out first, and then the choir director pointed to Frances. "Now," he whispered. So she's like in the Christmas pageant. She's going to be an angel. She put wings on. Frances stood very still. She opened her mouth, but the words would not come. So there she is, struck. She can't say anything. Oh, there's a camel and there's the shepherds. "Say it," whispered one of the shepherds. "Say it," hissed an angel who did not have any lines of her own. The camel, which was really two people, swayed nervously back and forth. But Frances could not speak. All she could think about was how cold it was outside and how sad the organ grinder's eyes were, even when he smiled. Oh. The world was quiet. Everyone waited. Then at the back, the sanctuary door opened. Oh, look, who's there? It's the organ grinder and his monkey. Yay, he came. Frances smiled. "Behold, behold," she shouted, "I bring you tidings of great joy." And because the words felt so right, Frances said them again. Great joy. Wow. I so hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope that you will be kind and caring and be thoughtful like this little girl was. Until next time with me, Miss Sheila, have a wonderful and beautiful day, and keep shining your wonderful light. Ciao.